Quite the setup.
I figured this was like a good kind of
Yeah,
spot
this is a
to do
good
it.
spot.
Okay. All right. Hello, my name is Ryan Lynch. I play for Coastal Carolina Baseball. Today with me is Matt Peppin, our analytics coach.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, to get started, I want a little bit of background about who you are and what you do. So my first question is, can you describe your role and responsibilities as a college baseball analytics coach?
Yeah, so day to day is to really supplement all our athletes and coaches with information, whatever they need. So here at Coastal, we've got a lot of technology. One of them is called a TrackMan, so we get lots of data and different numbers on both our own team and our opponents. So I take that information and give it to the coaches, give it to the players, create reports to just give us the best opportunity to know what we're doing and to win games.
Awesome. My next question, how does your position as an analytic coach fit within some of the other coaches and then also within the players?
Yeah, so kind of plays a role in the middle of the coaching staff, just moving around, helping with whatever anyone needs. Here at our program, it kind of works most closely with the pitching coach, Coach Williams, but also works in all departments, supplementing our offensive coaches and our head coach with whatever they need. And then as far as the players, it's on the field for anything pitching related and in the dugout during games, helping with different game plan and stuff and scouting reports. So kind of all-encompassing role throughout all the departments.
Awesome. And then lastly, what kind of issues do you face or things that require your attention?
Yeah, so one of the main things is just managing different people. We have an analytics staff, which is awesome. They give a lot of help, but just making sure that they're all here. We have enough people to track our data, to get good data, to get good information, to provide everyone. That's a day-to-day challenge. Just making sure that's all good while also dealing with the analysis and the player development side as well.
Sweet. And then from a leadership challenge perspective, have there been any challenges or issues that you've had to face in your time as an analytics coach?
Yeah, I would say they come up from time to time. Nothing too glaring, but definitely just being kind of like younger in a leadership position like this, it's been kind of a learning curve to have my own interns and to lead different people when sometimes they may be older than you. So that can be tough at times, but it's definitely something that I've been able to overcome.
Thank you. And then have any of these issues led to any stressful situations or had any impacts on you and your position as a coach?
I would say, I mean, there's stress in day to day here. Obviously, it's a very competitive field, and our jobs and our livelihood depend on winning. So, obviously, when these things come up and there are issues, I would say, there's definitely some stress, but we're able to overcome them and work through it, and it's all worth it when we're winning games.
Yep. Love to win games, don't we?
Yep.
So next, for when you do face some of these issues, are there any specific actions or things that come to mind that help you resolve, I guess, some of these struggles or problems that you may occur?
Yeah, I would say most importantly is just communication throughout our entire coaching staff and our players and my own staff is just communicating, walking through our issues, walking through the problem. How can we fix it? What do we need to do to get ahead of it? And just if we're able to communicate and be on the same page, we're able to get through whatever arises.
Yeah. So you said you have a team or group of guys that may be younger than you that work underneath you. Have you ever had any issues with guys not wanting to do anything or do what you ask them? And if you have, what kind of actions do you take to resolve those issues?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, there have been things that come up from time to time. We're going on year 4 of having an analytics team that I've managed. So I've had a lot of different turnover. I've had a lot of different guys come in, go out. And obviously, at times there's been guys that don't really want to do anything. They don't want to come in and haven't really given the effort or what we've wanted them to do out of the role. So most importantly is just to kind of have that little sit down, get with them and discuss what's going on, how we can make the role better, how we can get them to come in more, what we can do to maybe manage their busy schedule. Sometimes they've got class or work, a different job. So I think just communicating that and discussing and figuring out how we can blend it to get what we want out of each other is ideal for that.
Awesome. And then as far as like when you do have these issues, what are like the typical outcomes that you see? Do guys respond pretty well to your authority, or do you kind of, I guess, having issues with getting specific outcomes?
Yeah, I would say there's never been an issue in that regard. Guys are usually pretty receptive just to kind of an easygoing and a conversation when we're trying to figure out exactly what the root of the issue is, talking through it and coming up with a plan. So never really been an issue with that there.
Awesome. And then regarding short-term and long-term impacts, when you do have these outcomes, do you tend to see a pretty positive change for the long term when you might have some of these like short little struggles?
Yeah, absolutely. That's most important. I think once you dive in and figure out how to solve the problem and what you're going to do, usually moving forward, there's never an issue. Once everyone's on the same page, can move past it together. Usually long term, we're in a really good position and better for it.
Great. And then lastly, so are there any specific lessons or anything that you reflect on in the past that you think has made you a better leader or helped you as a coach at all?
Yeah, I would say I'm still kind of learning day to day. Always trying to be open and always trying to develop myself as a leader and as a professional. But I would say just being open to learning and learning that early on and just being able to take information and process it. Even if you think you know what you're doing, there's always ways you can improve. There's always people that know more, people that do better. So just listening to people, whether they're your age or older, you work with them, just kind of having an open mind and being willing to develop goes a long way.
Then for anyone that might be looking to get into the analytics perspective or trying to become a coach, what type of advice would you give those guys?
Yeah, I would say just work really hard and start at a young age. I decided in the middle of high school that this is what I wanted to do, so I started to do research on my own, look into it, what needed to be done, and then most importantly is once you kind of have a base and you know you want to do it, is just get an internship. Reach out to your college or a team nearby and just try and work for free and learn. And you'll obviously learn an unbelievable amount just being around and doing what you can do. But just work hard and put your head down and don't act like you know everything and you'll be in a good spot.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up the interview. Thank you.
Thanks
It was a
for having me.
Of course. Signing out. All right,
I feel
thank
like
you.
that was kind of short, but yeah. I just talked so
I'm
fast.
pretty sure. Well, I looked at the timer like a little bit when we were in. It was 11:31, and it's 11:38 now.
I don't think it's 11:38. It's 11:31.
Oh, my computer's 5 minutes.
Okay.
But
Let's see. What do we got?
I guess